Oakley dokley, time now is 11:32 a.m. in the morning on um August August 12th. 5 days left, guys. 5 days left. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 5 days. Actually, maybe I'll count 17 because I won't really leave Hong Kong until at night, so I guess 6-ish. 5.5. Anyways, I slept from 4:30 till 11. I don't know why, but my heart was fucking racing last night when I went to bed, and I couldn't really fall asleep very fast. I don't know why, but I definitely need to go to bed early again. And then while I was on my bed, because today I actually plan to film the rest of the scenes for my short film. However, when I went to bed last night, or more like this morning, I realized that maybe I shouldn't because I didn't set up anything. And I'm in my pajamas right now, and I don't like going around places and moving things while I'm in my pajamas because they're clean and they're sacred. And I have a monopod. It's not a tripod, it has one leg only. I have a monopod that I need to set up, that I need to clean, wipe, and then set up my camera. I should have done that last night. I should have done it the night before so that the moment I wake up, I can just turn on the camera and film, and then I can turn it off, and then that's it. So I actually gave up. So originally I planned to wake up at around 9:30 today. I'm like, screw it, it doesn't matter anymore, who cares? So I woke up at 11. But then now I'm thinking about it. Am I gonna film it tomorrow morning then? Because tomorrow morning I want to have a full night's sleep. So I don't even want to wake up, period. Tomorrow's the 13th, I believe. No, tomorrow's tomorrow's 13th, 14th. I don't have a lot of time. I need to have early lunch with Potter. 15th. Yeah, that's too fucking late. So today's probably the only time, unless I sacrifice my sleep tomorrow, which I highly don't want. So here's the plan. So this morning, just now, I formulated a plan. Today I'm going to film most of the shots. I'm going to film most of it. However, there are a couple of shots that require me to wake up hella early, like maybe 7:30, because I want to see the sunlight coming through the curtain and hitting the laptop, and also the outside. Those scenes, I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow morning. But tonight I'm gonna set everything up, camera on monopod, easy peasy, no complaints. And tomorrow I'm just gonna wake up super early, switch on the camera a couple times, and then go back to bed, and then enjoy the rest of my sleep. But right now, might as well fucking finish when I started and film myself sleeping. That's the most important thing. It's gonna be a bit tough because I'm in my full pajamas right now, but I'm gonna set up the monopod and maybe wipe it down a little bit perhaps, or just the bottom because obviously it's dirty. And yeah. Not much else. The CEO of HKOS just contacted me through Telegram. She said hi. And then that's it. So that's kind of hilarious. I think they finally received my Google form. Justin, the Malaysian guy, just asked me how I've been. This shit never happens to me in Hong Kong. People don't, unless it's like Pink or Leia, I guess. Like, people don't really, like, text me, hey, how are you? You know? People just don't do this shit in Hong Kong. But yeah, aside from that, today I'm going to film, look back, the movie review, and then at around 1:30ish, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna skip breakfast so that I have enough hunger to stuff food in my mouth for the lunch, because I need to film that too. And then, yeah, that's a simple dimple. And then I'm heading to my mom's company's office from 2 something p.m. till 6, and then at 6:15 I'm picking up the green Snake Blu-ray, which I'm excited to pick up, and then that's it. And then that's it. Simple, home at night, nothing else. Yeah. Okay. Buying a great shirt. Holy moly. Alright, time now is 10:23 p.m. Almost 10:24. Lucky number. I'm gonna do this very quick because Tova is about to hop on a call and edit with me. Yeah, this morning I was like, fuck it, I'm a film. So I spent almost 2 hours, I think 1 hour and 40 minutes, just filming myself go to bed, waking up, and walking down these steps. And then I also filmed myself eating lunch. But I shoved food into my mouth. Surprisingly, it wasn't too much of a mess. I had to go outside, grab the monopod bag, and set up the monopod. It was actually pretty easy to set up, and for some reason, like, I wasn't that sleepy after I woke up. So I was able to film myself sleeping. Oh shit. Just remembered that I used a black towel at the kitchen to wipe the legs of my monopod. But setting up the camera and then making it to the tallest just to film my face, that was difficult. Setting up wasn't difficult, it was getting the angle right. And also, it's a one-man band, like, there's no sound. I use autofocus because obviously there's nobody behind the camera to pull focus because I'm in front of the camera. So, and then I was scared that it would like do focus hunting, so I did several takes. This was tedious. And then I filmed a shot where it was the curtains. I give up on the rough, like raggedy curtains thing. I give up. It's just something I'll never be able to emulate unless I'm rich and I'm able to have like props and shit. The most difficult angle though is setting up the camera here and then looking that way. It was so difficult. I don't know how many takes I did. And then even me walking across from this door to the bathroom, that took like 4 or 5 takes because again, like, I forgot to turn on log. I forgot to use log mode to film it. I went to auto mode so that I could take a photo before I film. And then another take, but it messed up because it's too dark. I need to up the exposure and it's log so it gets noisy. And then I had to do another take because it's not centered enough. So I did like 4 or 5 takes. But anyways, that's it. And then I went outside and I immediately, before I went outside, I filmed a look back review, and then immediately I had lunch and I filmed myself. You know, I thought that it would be simple, but also sloppy, because it's a one-man band, it's just me and my camera, you know? How is this filmmaking? But it's still filmmaking, sorta. So I was like, okay, I'm having lunch, I need 7 bowls. So I just randomly grabbed 7 bowls in the kitchen, and I just turned off the ACs, I made sure the sound is right. I plugged in the Rode wireless mic, it didn't work, maybe I don't know how to work it, so I used the Hollyland double mic, and it somehow worked miraculously, even though it never worked in the apartment, somehow worked today. I don't know why. And then I just filmed myself eating, and I did 2 takes of that, and it's great because it's just me. It's not some actor. I'm not forcing some actor to eat food, even though as a filmmaker I will eventually. Oh God, Tova is calling. Okay. Yeah, I'll eventually film people eat. Okay, I'll talk more later. I'm editing with Tova right now with fruits. Bye bye. Okay, it's 1:45. Jesus, time flies. Yeah, so I just finished editing Film 33 Doc with Tova from 10:30-ish to about 12:50. It was extremely productive. We managed to edit 6.5 minutes worth of material, and now the documentary so far is 15 minutes long. 15 minutes 40 seconds long, which is basically 25%. But may I remind you that up until this point it should have been 8 minutes long. We still have so much footage to cover, so many interviews, so we're definitely going to cut down a lot. But anyways, it's good progress. I digress. Where was I? I filmed myself. I had lunch, and then afterwards I left very quickly. So I left at around 3 p.m. 3:15, and then I arrived at my mom's company's office at 4 p.m. So realistically, I only have about 2 hours to edit all the videos. So that's kind of fucked up. Yeah, that's kind of messed up. I didn't have a lot of time to edit anything. I arrived and I was stuck at the door for a little bit. I know the passcode to my mom's company's office, but I just for some reason I pressed the passcode too fast. Anyways, I entered it, someone opened it for me, and then I started editing, and I was editing really fast. I spent 2 hours editing, and I even brought my hard drive over, plus my cable, USB cable, because I wanted to copy all the footage I took in my mom's company's concerts back to me, because I filmed this footage. But originally I planned to leave my mom's company's office at around 6 p.m. because at 6:15 I need to go to the MTR and buy Green Snake Blu-ray with Carousel. And oh my God, I had a brilliant idea. What if I leave the office, go to the MTR, buy the Blu-ray, and come back up? So that's exactly what I did. At around 6:10, I finished it. I went to the MTR. So many people, because everyone just finished their work. And then the guy was like, "Hey, if you don't make it on time, let's meet another time, because I don't want to be late to my next customer." Thankfully, I arrived right on time, on the dot, at 6:15. He met me. He immediately gave me the Blu-ray. I gave him the $200 first. And also, thank God, up until yesterday, I was like $220, and then I remembered that on the app, Carousel, I actually haggled it down to $200. So it's a $20 difference, which is not a lot, but it's still a good reduction, you know, and $200, that's cheaper than fucking Princess Mononoke. And not only that, but it's brand freaking new. So yeah, it's beautiful, and I'm so glad I got it. Anyways, what else? Yes, so I returned, and then I showed my mom the videos. The thing is, like, I filmed 4.5 or maybe 5 hours worth of footage at my mom's concert, at my mom's company's concert performance, not my mom's concert. But my mom wanted a 2.5 minutes-ish video, and it's impossible to fit so much into 2.5 minutes. So I ended up editing around 4.5 minutes, nearly 5 minutes worth of videos, and my mom's like, "It's too long," and I'm like, "But this is really just a drop in the bucket, a needle in a haystack." But anyways, good thing is I don't have to take the MTR back home. Another guy drove me and my mom home, but my mom went to another spot. Yeah, the guy being one of the executives of the company. So I returned home and I took a shower and I had dinner, which was very underwhelming. This is like my first underwhelming dinner. I feel like the first dinner where I'm like, yeah, this is pretty underwhelming because it's leftover vegetables from lunch today, and it's like there's barely any, and there's noodles, but they're not good. There's meat from downstairs, like pre-cooked pork leg, and it's dry and it's not good. The soup is the only good thing, but it's not the best soup I've ever had, so very underwhelming. And I was hungry as fuck because I skipped breakfast today and I directly had lunch, so I'm pretty malnutritioned today. But that's okay. It's okay to be malnourished once in a while because I've been getting really fat lately. Yeah. But yeah, so that's that. Justin randomly DM'd me earlier this morning, so I continued to talk to him today, throughout the day, and he was actually like sharing things with me. Apparently for the last 2 months, he locked himself, and I quote, he locked himself in his apartment to write a feature film script. And that's dedication, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. I would never do that. Like, I spent like 3 years writing my first feature film script because I keep procrastinating, and I'm still rewriting one. I'm still writing the version 3. But I did make good progress on the version 3 today. I did make really good progress. I'm halfway done rewriting it, by the way, so. Or more like 1/3 of the way-ish. But it's good progress, you know? So Justin didn't lock himself in a room in order to be productive. He's sort of forced to. He's on OPT, which means he has 1 year since last fall, 1 year to write and direct something, I guess. So he really had to finish a script as fast as possible. So he told me he didn't have any like human interactions and he just forced himself to write. He had a 22-page treatment, and he's not even that fond of the story. Like, it's not that personal. It's about a theft, I guess. And then we talked about writing process. It's really nice. Talking to another writer is nice. I mean, talking to other filmmakers like DPs and PDs is cool. But talking to a writer is something else, you know? Talking to a director/writer is something else, because now you're at my level. I shouldn't say level, I should say now you're like the same type of filmmaker. So, yeah. So we talked, and then I started talking about movies, and he's like, wow, I don't watch movies these days. Like, I sort of fell out of touch, fell out of love, uninterested in movies nowadays, and I'm like, damn, because to me that's different. To me, watching film is a routine. I keep watching it, and I'm at a point in life where I just can't stop watching movies. I don't get burnt out, nor do I feel like I'm running out of movies to watch. I keep finding new interesting films to watch, you know, and I keep watching it. So I recommended a bunch of movies to him, like Requiem for a Dream and Mysterious Skin, because he wants fucked up films. He said he wants philosophical films, and I recommended Kubrick, and he's like, oh, I can't stand his films. I tried, but I can't. And he's only seen The Shining, and he didn't like The Shining, which I understand. I like it, but it's not the scariest film ever. But I like it for its style. And then I recommended like 2001: A Space Odyssey and A Clockwork Orange. I told him to watch more Asian films because maybe he resonated with Asian films more. More Lee Chang-dong, more Bong Joon-ho, more Park Chan-wook. Jang Yimou's Raise the Red Lantern. I told him to watch Evangelion. I told him to watch some anime. I told him to watch more Koreeda films because he knows Shoplifters. I told him Cure. I told him about Possession. I told him about Persona. I told him about Charlie Kaufman, and he's like, oh, I'm thinking of ending things, but he didn't think it's perfect, but he liked the concept. but he didn't like the structure. And I was like, watch Being John Malkovich. Ken liked it. Watch Adaptation. And Justin was just like, how did you find all these movies? And I'm like, bro, just Letterbox, Sight and Sound Top 100, Criterion. Because, like, so far he's been trying to see, like, Oscar-worthy films, like IMDb. Like, those are bullshit. Watch Palme d'Or winners, you know? Anyways, I'm glad I'm a cinephile. Because I feel like my eyes are open. I feel like I can enjoy so much. So, yeah. It's kind of crazy how today it's been nothing but film. In fact, my life right now is nothing but film. I wake up and I shoot film, my short film. I go to my mom's company and I edit videos. I go home, I talk about film, I review film, I collect film, and also just now I was editing a documentary of Tova, also kind of filmy. Film. Nothing but film. On the MTR, I was writing script, also film. Film is my entire life right now. There's nothing but film. And that's great, you know. But yeah, the documentary looks fantastic. It's sort of like striking a balance between me and Tova, sort of like a middle ground, because Tova last time suggested that we don't include Kuchio's voice at all, but I don't like that. I want to include his voice because it's like missing a huge piece of the puzzle. But she is right. She's trying to play it safe, and sometimes I do things and then I regret it. Rarely, but it does happen. And I feel like with this documentary, it might happen. Like, what if this documentary comes out and it literally puts my life in danger? You know? So it's good to have someone sort of balancing it out with me. My style and her style sort of finding a middle ground. But yeah, it looks fantastic. And, yeah. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Tomorrow, I want to sleep all day, honestly, but the thing is, today I'm not able to finish editing the videos, so I'm going to have to go back to my mom's company's office tomorrow. At night, I'm going directly to Mongkok, which, yeah, I'm going directly to Mongkok to have dinner with my aunt's Japanese friend, and then, that's it. And then the last 3 days is going to be nothing but hangouts. And then that's it. So the clock's a ticking. Yeah, that's it. I'm excited to hang out with people though. Super. Okie dokie. Time now is 1:32 p.m. on August 13th. 4 days left, guys. 4 days left. More like 4.5 days, but we'll see. Yeah, I slept from 4:50 till 8:30. Yeah, that's insanely late. I don't know why, but I just can't, for the life of me, be productive at night. Last night, I once again didn't have time to do anything. I didn't draw. But the fact that I drew 2 nights in a row, it's already great. I'm gonna draw again tonight. And I didn't have time to edit anything. I go to my mom's company's office to work. I go back home, I edit with Toba, and then it's already at like 2 a.m. for some reason. But yeah, I'm really proud of the documentary though. It does look fucking amazing. But last night I was like, screw it. So I watched The Boys Season 4, Episode 5, and thank fucking God I found a website where it doesn't constantly buffer. Or maybe I just got lucky, and the internet was fine last night somehow. But I watched the whole Episode 5, and then I went to bed. I woke up at 8:30, and I came down, and my camera and monopod is already set up. I'm just standing right here, snugly, very safe and sound. So I just grabbed it, I placed it here, and I started filming the table, and it worked perfectly. It was beautiful. There was a line of light striking across the table. It was beautiful. And then I went outside and shot a couple shots. And then, of course, I get greedy, and I'm like, ooh, what if I wait until a cloud passes by, and it gets dim, and then the cloud goes away and it gets brighter again. So I waited like 15 minutes or 10 minutes just for the line of light to dim and brighten. So yeah, at around 9 I went back to bed. I didn't immediately fall asleep, but I eventually did. And I naturally woke up at 1:20, but I set the alarm at 1:30 as a safety thing. But it's good to naturally wake up, you know. So yeah, and right now I just woke up. I was about to use the bathroom, but of course my dad's in it, so I guess I can't. But today's going to be a little tight-paced, unfortunately, again. I'm going to film myself unboxing these, I think, if I have time. And then I'm just going to go out to my mom's company's office immediately to finish editing those 2 videos. And then I will directly go to Mongkok to have dinner with my family and the Japanese woman. And, I need to buy a gift for my helper, right. And then, I will go home at night. And then at night, I have some free time. But yeah, it's a lot. I have tons of videos to edit. I want to draw, and yeah. And I want to start looking for jobs. I'm beginning to receive emails from all different departments from USC about, I want to learn more about jobs, on-campus job fair, etc., etc. And yeah, while I did already apply to some, I need to go harder. I want to email actively. I want to email OSAS. I want to email SCA. I'm going to email this. I'm going to email that. I desperately need a fucking job, okay? I feel like part of the reason why I didn't get the museum job is because the first time I saw the woman who works at the museum, I was like, oh, I like to film and stuff, and I like art and stuff. And normally I don't say and stuff and stutter. It's just that day I was really tired, and my brain was dying from sleep deprivation. But yeah, I gotta hurry a little bit. It's already 1:30. Yeah. The Love and Death reference. Soon.
It will rain soon.
I think it will rain.
And the other side, the other part.
Hong Kong Allergy Association. For people with allergies.
Oh.
I don't know.
Allergy Association. So they start to work at 9 o'clock.
Alright, this is it. My actual last goodbye to this hidden playground. Goodbye. Arrivederci, as the Italians would say. Alright, time now is 12:54. It's late and I've done nothing today again, and I have like 3 days left. So, yeah, did I do one of these in the morning? I think I did. Did I? Fuck, I kind of forgot. This is weird. This is a weird feeling. I almost always do. I think I have. Right, I did. I'm sure I did. So, yeah. I went to my mom's company's office. I left around 3. And I arrived at around 4. And once again, I only had 2 hours to edit everything. But 2 hours was pretty enough. Like, I feel like I completed both videos. They're not 100% complete. They still need caption. They still need this. They still need that. But, overall, I just realized that I fucked up. I forgot to copy. I copied the project to Jay, my colleague. I copied the project to his hard drive, but not the videos, not the raw videos. Anyways, yeah, I edited pretty fast, and I'm pretty proud of what I've edited. Not necessarily the greatest video I've ever edited, but it's something. I managed to narrow down 4.5 hours of footage to 4.5 minutes, which is very impressive. Anyways, at around 6:10 I left. I went to Mongkok, and the original plan was to meet up with my mom, brother, helper, and my aunt's Japanese friend at the MTR station. But I thought to myself, what if I go for a little detour? What if I go to Sino Center? Because I want to buy my helper a gift, because my brother did buy her a gift, and I'm like, maybe I should also do something like that. And also, again, I'm gonna be in LA for a whole year. Like, I feel like I should at least buy her something, you know. So I actually went to Sino Center. It's pretty cool that I found out about Sino Center in January of 2022. And since then, every time I've been back to Hong Kong, I have to visit that place because it's like an important location now, you know. Not only for filming, but also for buying manga. So of course I went there, and first thing I did is to check out the manga. But yeah, by the time I arrived, it was already like 6:30 something, and I was hella late. So my family and the Japanese friend went to the restaurant first to have dinner while I went looking for manga. And again, I already spent tantamount, paramount amount of money buying Blu-rays. But, oh man, I came all the way to Sino Center and I'm not buying manga? Come on. And they're not that expensive. So I eventually, and it sucks because there's a lot to see. I wish I had more time. So I ended up I wanted to buy 4 more Chainsaw Man volumes. But then I saw a JoJo Land volume, and I'm like, what? They already have JoJo Land out? Apparently in, like, late July or something, or mid-July, the Taiwanese publisher already published the first JoJo Land's volume. And, you know, Japan just published volume 4. But, holy shit, this is fast. The American release of JoJo, Viz Media, is still releasing Stone Ocean. That shit was early 2000s. So yeah, I got JoJo Land. So instead, I got 1 JoJo Land and 3 Chainsaw Man, and that added up to, I believe, $118 or something like that. Yeah. And then I wanted to look for a gift to buy for my helper. The thing is, I have no idea what to buy. And since there were a lot of electronic stores in Sino Center as well, I thought, well, something useful. Maybe a charger, maybe just a USB line. And then I came across these like international plugs, and I thought, well, I could buy one of those. But the first store I went to, the plug is like $190. I'm like, no way. I don't want to spend that much. So I went downstairs and I went around, and I'm like, fine. So I settled for one charger that's not too bad and is $178, which is still pretty fucking expensive. But you know what? It's fine. So I gave the gift to my helper. So at around 7:20, I eventually arrived at the Thai restaurant, and they were already eating. I was pretty frustrated for some reason. Maybe it's because I don't like being late. But yeah, the meal, it's okay. It's not that great of a meal or anything. But it's like, it's not bad either. You know, tom yum gong soup. There's this pork bone dish that was pretty interesting. And this very spicy fish thing. But yeah, overall it's not a bad meal. My brother sat across me. Again, it's like I haven't seen my brother in 18 months, so it's a little bit jarring to see him acting so manly. Not only is he the tallest member of the entire extended family, but also he's the biggest, abnormally big. Even Chunhua was shocked. Chunhua thought he's like 18, but I told him he's like 16. So he's still gonna grow taller. And the way he puts his elbows on the table, and the way he raises his hand to get the waiter's attention, and the way he's so serious all the time, it's like, why so manly? I wasn't like that when I was 16, you know? So it was a little, just, you know, off-putting to me. I'm not jealous of him, it's just weird. Weirded out, maybe? Yeah, anyways, I won't be seeing him for like a whole year again. Or actually, not really. I'll be seeing him in half a year. But oh well. After dinner we walked. We're like, you know, my mom's feeling really full. The Japanese woman's feeling really full. So we all decided to have a walk. I wanted to just have a quick walk. But the walk eventually became a whole hour long. We walked all the way from freaking Mongkok to Temple Street. And it was supposed to be a 20-minute walk, but because we walked really slowly, it became a whole hour long. It was so stupid. And again, I don't like wasting time. I have a lot of shit to do at home. Also, I still haven't re-recorded the sound for my short film, because two of the shots were they didn't have sound. Two of the shots didn't have sound. So I filmed. So I arrived home at around 10:30, and then I left immediately to re-record sound for those two shots for my short film, and it went pretty well. I connected my hard drive containing my short film footage to my laptop, and then uploaded two of those videos onto my YouTube channel. I watched the video on my phone as I stomp my feet on the ground. It's basically Foley effect, but not in the Foley room, but in real life. So for the last time of my entire life, I went to P floor. I went to the hidden playground, and I re-recorded some walking sounds, and I even recorded a couple introduction videos where I just look at the camera and talk about my short film, like a small introduction, which is cool, but there's no point to it. And then afterwards I came back home, I took a shower, and here I am. I'm really tired. I have 3 days left, or 3.5 days left, in this beautiful place. It's funny, in LA, if it's LA, I would say, oh, I have 3 days left in this godforsaken shithole. In here, I say, it's a beautiful place. Tomorrow, I'm seeing Potter. We're meeting up in North Point. The location is Chosen North Point. There's this new mall, and new, but it's been there for like 2 or 3 years already. But it's new for the both of us. And we could eat there. In fact, we could go to the Taiwanese restaurant there, the same Taiwanese restaurant I had lunch with I believe Zara back in January of 2023. Yeah, or was it last September? Fuck, I forgot. But yeah, so it's cool, and then I'm gonna go home, take a shower. I may stop by to go to the Hong Kong Film Archive and just check it out, because it's like a very minor thing, but I kind of wanted to check it out. Yeah. Also, I realized that there's still 2 shots I still need to do. I still need to film tomorrow. So I'm gonna do that. I might as well bring my camera outside to film, like, you know, B-roll and whatever. But yeah, overall, that's it. Nothing else. I did spend a good bit of money today, but it's okay. My short film turned out to be not as expensive as I expected. It's even cheaper than Love and Death. Partially because I paid people less. If it weren't for the music, it would have been $3,500, which is insane. But yeah. And then yeah, that's it. And then, I don't know, man. I don't want to fall into another collector's rabbit hole, but collecting manga is also really cool. But that means I need another bookshelf. Anyways, I'm excited and also a little scared to go back to my apartment. I don't know what my roommates will be, but I do know that my bedroom is so goddamn comfortable. And I made the right choice by living there. It's interesting how I didn't even choose to live there at first. It was the property manager who suggested this place for me. And it's great. It's not perfect, but it's the best one I got. But yeah. I do need another bookshelf if I get more Blu-rays and mangas. But I can just stack 2 bookshelves on top of each other. They're not that... It's not that difficult to build. Nor is it that expensive, I believe. It's just a few wood planks. I'm scared there would be a cockroach infestation. That's the thing I'm scared about. But yeah. That's pretty much it. Nothing else to add. Excited to have the 3 hangouts in the next 3 days, or more like 4 hangouts. Potter, Cedric, Justin T, and then Pink, and then maybe Leia on the last day. But yeah, that's pretty much it. JoJo Lands manga, unbelievable, freaking believable. I don't know how am I gonna get the mangas I want, because they're mostly from a Taiwanese publisher, and unless I go to Taiwan to buy them, it's pretty difficult for me to get my hands on them in LA. It's better in Hong Kong, but even so in Hong Kong, it's like, how am I even gonna get my hands on it? And if I can get my hands on it, how do I bring them all back to LA? Like, if I get all 40-something volumes of Berserk, like, how the fuck do I bring that back to LA? Bringing 24 volumes of Steel Ball Run was already really difficult. I had to split that thing into 2 different luggages and ship it back. Honestly, it's a miracle. I brought 24 volumes of manga back. But, yeah. I'm not going to buy more Blu-rays and mangas. I think it's enough. My luggage is going to blow up. Yeah. Alright, time now is 11:24 a.m. in the morning on August 14th. I have 3 days left in this beautiful place. 3.5. Yeah, today I am going to, I slept from 4:50 to 10:30. Yeah, I'm sleeping super late. It's a problem. And, yeah, not great. Not great. Yesterday it was not productive at all. I planned to edit like 5 videos and watch an episode of TV and a movie. I didn't watch anything, and I only edited a couple videos, and that's it. The thing is, right now I'm very fucking busy. I have things to do outside every day. Today, tomorrow, the day after, and because of that, I don't have all day at home. In fact, I only have a little bit time at home, so the normal schedule that I always go for, edit a video, review, watch a movie, that doesn't work anymore. That doesn't work right now. So I can't do too much, honestly. However, I did draw last night. I did draw just a little bit, little progress, little progress. Anyways, today right after I woke up, I had a stomachache again. I don't know why. Maybe it's the Thai food last night. It was a little too strong, a little too spicy. Not spicy, but spices. Anyways, right now I'm gonna film a couple more shots for my short film, and then afterwards it's gonna be a wrap. Kind of. I do want to film a bunch of B-rolls, and then I have to basically immediately go out because at 12 at noon I'm meeting up with Potter at North Point. Which is fucking crazy. Reality's glitching. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go home. I may visit the Hong Kong Film Archive just for a bit, and then I'll go home, and then I'll take a shower. I'll rest a little bit before I go out again to meet my grandparents for the last time in this day, to have dinner with them, and then that's pretty much it for today. Yeah. Nothing else, I guess. That was fast. Yeah.
你咁樣香港咧，成個先。
我而且同你聽下，良心真個窿俾人交叉。
哇，好早期呢個1:1.19，哇！
期望咗呢一日2個月。
佢好想食啊！ 聽唔到你嗰邊。
Oakley dokley, time now is 11:28. Yeah, so today felt like a very long day simply because a lot sort of happened. I woke up a little early and I managed to film a couple more shots that I thought was fine, wasn't great. And then I quickly went out to meet with Potter. This is my first time actually hanging out with someone from LA, but in Hong Kong, and probably, yeah, my first time, and tomorrow will be my second time. And it's pretty weird seeing Potter in Hong Kong, but also his aura fits almost immediately within the milieu of Hong Kong. That was a sophisticated sentence. We met up at the North Point MTR station, and here he is. It's been, I guess, half a year since I've last seen him. Last time I saw him, it was in Sawtell. And, yeah, it was Sawtell in mid-February, and now I've seen him. And low-key, I have thought about never talking to him again because he has a girlfriend, and bye, I don't know you anymore. But it's who cares at this point. So we met up, and he's just like, how has it been? How's USC? So I had to basically summarize my entire experience in round 4 again. I basically had to do that to everyone. Like when I met with Leia, I had to do that. When I met with Nick and Tom, I kinda had to do that, but not really. But the great thing with Potter is that I can talk more in depth about USC and its differences from my community college versus now, and also some, like, you know, LA stuff that Leia and some, you know, old people from the old world probably wouldn't understand. So I and Potter talked, and yeah, Potter's doing okay. He just did another semester at the community college, and then he's gonna do another semester in fall, which is fucking crazy actually, because I remember he started studying in fall of 21, and right now spring 2024 just finished. So that's what, how many semesters is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If including the next semester, that's 7 semesters at the community college, which is 3.5 years. And he's also planning to transfer to CSUN, and that's like his only option. Like, he doesn't want to go to any other school, and that's the only place his GPA is good for, is good enough for. So eventually he mentioned about his girlfriend thing, and he mentioned it very casually. I was like, so how have you been? You know, he's just like, you know, dating. It was very casual for him. If he was me, I would be like, I would either say like, ooh, guess what I've been doing? You would not believe it. I am dating. Or I would just try to hide it completely, 100%, because it's too sacred of a piece of information. But a normal person would be like, dating, normal shit, you know. Hold on, Cedric's talk. Alright, let's resume the madness. Right, so we eventually went to a Taiwanese restaurant because I was really feeling eating Taiwanese food, because I can barely eat any Taiwanese food in LA, so I ordered a $110 service tip included. Fuck this simple chicken and minced pork rice. Something like this would cost me like $40, like 4 or 5 years ago. What the fuck is this? I also ordered milk tea, and I had to add $20 on top of it. And it's a milk tea boba, but there's no tea inside. And I asked the waiter, where's the tea? Is this milk or is it milk tea? And the waiter's like, this is milk tea, but obviously it's not. Look at its color. Who cares? So we continued to have the conversation, and he's like, dating, you know, just casually. And I'm like, okay. Like, so how did you meet her? You know? And he's like, you know, it's just through friends, and we talked, and she's interested in me, and yeah. So apparently this girl, he basically met her like almost immediately after I had lunch with him last time, or maybe before, but either way, about 1 week, Jesus Christ, my hair. About 1 week after I had lunch with Potter back in mid-Feb, they officially started, you know, their relationship. So good for them. I asked Potter, is this like, so apparently she's young. I thought she's like around Potter's age. I believe Potter's like 23 or 24. And apparently she's like a 19. So there's like a 4 to 5 year difference between them. And I'm like, is it like the first time she's dating? And Potter's like, no, this is like, she's dated many times. And I'm like, oh. And Potter's like, man, I kind of want to break up with her. You know, I just can't handle it. It's too, like, it's just too much for me. It's too, it's not stressful. It's just, Potter doesn't feel like it. You know, he's an introvert. He likes to keep privacy, keep private, you know, keep a private life, be an individual. And Potter's been trying to break up with her for the last few weeks, or for the last few times they met up, but the girl wouldn't let go. But Potter does feel like she's a little bit of a, and in his words, a slut. And, well. And then I told Potter about how I think I'm demi-romantic, demisexual, which Potter isn't really too surprised by. And he's like, oh yeah, I've thought about that about myself too. But in my head, I'm thinking, you've dated multiple times. Like, we're different. But, yeah, Potter, for about 3 years, Potter didn't date anyone. I mean, I haven't dated anyone for 21 years, so, I mean, come on, you know? But it's whatevs, and then we continued talking, and just mostly catching up. The way Potter describes his own life, it's really mundane. The way I describe my own life, it's very fucking dramatic. Even though barely anything happened, I told him about Cam's Fest, and how people really surprised me with their short films. I told him about my Blu-ray collection. I told him about my classes. I told him about the couple of film sets I went to, Locke. I told him about Santa Barbara. I had a lot of things to say, but the thing is, like, round 4 has been the least eventful round so far. Like, nothing happened. I didn't fall in love. Nobody fell in love with me, I guess. Because I assume nobody likes me, I guess. But I don't know. The idea of somebody liking me romantically just, like, is such an alien concept. Like, I just can't imagine that ever happening. Wow, my feet is hurting because I walk too much, I guess. Anyways. And Potter's like, oh, I actually have some souvenir for you, but I forgot to bring them. Do you want to follow me back to my place? And I'm like, okay. So I had a little time. So I followed him and went all the way to Teo Kang Lang, which is a place I've only been once in my life, I think. So I went there very, very briefly. And I actually visited his apartment. I didn't go inside. I stayed downstairs at the lobby. But I thought he lives in some, like, broken, cheap place because he gives that vibe. But no, his place is actually fancier than my place. Has a whole lobby and everything. The environment is clean. It's better than this place. So I was actually quite surprised. But he went to Malaysia for like 4 or 5 days. And he just came back and he gave me some souvenir, which I have right here. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then we went all the way to Saiwan Ho here. because I wanted to visit the Hong Kong Film Archive. So we went to the Hong Kong Film Archive together. And I also brought my camera. So I brought this bag instead of this bag because I wanted to bring my camera so that I could film a couple more B-rolls for my short film. So one of which is Saiwan Ho MTR Station, because it's a Fallen Angel reference. And I thought, oh, if I could sneak one of these shots into my short film, that would be great. So I did that. And then slowly but surely I realized that there's still more shots I need to take. One is I want to record sound of children playing. And all I need is sound. I don't need image, but yeah, sure, I can ask Naja to help me find a sound clip of children playing in the playground, walla walla. But the thing is, it would be obvious if the children playing sound is in English, the wrong language. So, after the film archive, so we went to the film archive, the little trailer exhibition room. Honestly, it's really small, not very exciting, but still cool as a film nerd. What shocked me though is the little magazine they had outside of the exhibition room. It's a legitimately impressive magazine where film critics in Hong Kong recommend films, and it's a lot cooler than I thought it would be. They recommended everything from Evangelion to The Handmaiden, which I both have on Blu-ray, to a lot of obscure films that I haven't even seen, I haven't even heard of. I have heard of, but you know, not gonna watch it until years later because they're too obscure, and I'm pretty impressed. But anyways, went to film archive, and then afterwards we went through the park. It's interesting. I brought Potter to my homeland. Even though Potter never went to my apartment, but I think this neighborhood has become part of my identity as well. Anyways, while we were at the park, it started to rain a little bit, and I went to the playground section of the park, and I wanted to see if there are children playing over there. Unfortunately, there aren't. So I was like, well, screw it then, let's go home. Like, I'm gonna go home. And then just when I thought that, suddenly 4 kids ran right past me, laughing and chasing after each other, and I'm like, oh my god. So I immediately, without hesitation, pulled out my camera and started recording. And I made sure the recording is as sensitive as possible, like the gains is as high as possible, so that it picks up on any small noise. And I sort of get close to the kids, and then I tested, I listened to the video to make sure it actually has sound. It came out perfect. This is it's pretty much what I wanted as an audio clip. So then I said goodbye to Potter. I came back home. Saying goodbye to Potter is different from saying goodbye with people like Leia or Nick or Tom, because I'm gonna see Potter anyways. He's gonna be in LA. I'm gonna be in LA. Who fucking cares? In fact, Justin T, we're gonna see each other a lot, I feel like, because he probably lives around USC. He's a USC student, Hong Konger, likes movies. We're gonna be buddies, man. So alas, joining the first general meeting of Hong Kong Student Association kind of worked out. But yeah, I don't have much else to add. Yeah, right. Saying goodbye to Leia, Nick, and Tom is like, see you a year later, which is a long time. But in Potter, it's like, we can see each other as soon as possible anyways. Came back home, took a shower, and didn't do much afterwards. And I realized there was one more shot I need to film. One more, just one more. And that's a shot where, it's one of my old videos I filmed back in like 2015 or 2016, and it's a shot of the living room. I wanted to film that to sort of have the contrast, like before and after. So I filmed that, and that is the confirmed final shot. After that, I'm done. I know the last 3 days have been, ooh, I forgot this one shot, I forgot that one shot, I forgot to record this sound, I forgot to record that sound. After that one, I'm done. It's a wrap. So afterwards, I rested a little bit, and then I had to leave again. I and my brother went all the way to Chim Sha Choi to meet up with my mom, to have dinner with grandparents. same restaurant where we had lunch, where we had tea earlier in July, and it was nice. And I actually got to talk to my grandparents about, or at least my grandfather, my paternal grandfather, about his parents. And he said, and both my grandpa and my grandma on the paternal side also said, all their family is from the same county. Even though that might not be entirely true, but if they say so, maybe 4 or 5 generations upwards, and the paternal side, it's all in that county or in that area. So I'm really pure Southern Chinese when it comes to my paternal side of my genetics. And then my grandpa gave the name of his dad and his mom, but he already forgot the name of his mom. He only remembered the family name and the last character. But yeah, I've never known about my great grandpa's name, so this is interesting. Like, even my mom doesn't know. And both of my paternal grandparents came to Hong Kong fairly early, in their early young age. My paternal grandpa came to Hong Kong, according to him, around 1940, when Japan surrendered, which is not true. Japan surrendered in 1945. But yeah, and then they met and married here in Hong Kong. So, in contrast, my grandma is, she's born in Indonesia, and she's from a family tree of like Chinese merchants in Indonesia. But apparently where she's from, or where her family tree is from, is sort of like in this more Hakka concentrated county in the Guangdong province. So it's probable that I have a lot of Hakka blood. Maybe the tall nose and the double eyelids are a Hakka thing, and I just inherited some of that by chance, you know. Who knows? After all, I'm a Southerner, and I could have Vietnamese in me, you know, I could have indigenous Taiwanese. Oh, god damn, that's actually a very good explanation. Holy shit. I've thought about British or Dutch, but that doesn't make any sense, because British colonization and Dutch colonization is fairly recent. That would be 4 or 5 generations, and it's something that would be obvious, right? And, you know, surely maybe some Vietnamese, maybe South Asian, maybe a bit of Japanese in me, but that would be a very far stretch, right? If it would probably be like less than 1%. But indigenous Taiwanese, or indigenous, like something Polynesian, you know, maybe that explains the eye socket and the tall nose. Maybe it's from my mom's side. I truly don't know. But Taiwanese indigenous blood is very interesting. It's a very interesting theory. You know what? Maybe I'll buy that. Anyways, I digress. Came back home, and here I am. And yeah, you know, just a lot of thoughts. I am done rewriting the first half of the version 3. I'm pretty proud of it. I'm also feeling a little conflicted because people won't take my story seriously. And Love and Death, while I have a lot of amazing compliments from people in the YouTube comments, but YouTube is nicer than a normal social platform. On Letterboxd, there are criticisms, and I'm scared. I'm scared that people will just look at my films and say it's shit. I'm scared people I know, like John L. and Matthew, will see my films and they'll go, holy shit, this guy is trash. I'm scared of failing. And I don't know, I feel like I'm setting myself up for failure by making a film about a guy who wants to have sex so much he goes insane and fucking dies. But at the same time, I'm so committed to the story. So I don't know. I don't know how am I going to make this high art. This is something I truly want to make deep in my heart. And I think that's all that matters, though. If I'm making a film trying too hard to make it appear high art, then it would come off fake. But if it's something truly from the bottom of my heart, I think it, at least, even if it's something people wouldn't enjoy, at least I hope people would see my film and go, okay, this is genuine. Even if it's not something I would like, this is genuine pain and trauma here, and that's undeniable. But yeah, I think too much. And another thought is, of course, romance and relationships. At this point, I'm already kind of jaded about it, as in, it just feels stupid for me to even talk about love and sex at this point, because I'm so devoid of love and sex, yet I think about it so much that at this point it's become kind of a meme, like, oh yeah, I want a relationship. It's like, sure, haha. I don't know, I just, I don't know. It's been, how many years? I'm 22. Say, I've been introduced to the world of romance since I was around 17. So let's say it's been about 4 to 5 years since I've introduced myself to it. And like since then I've been yapping about it and I've never really gotten it, you know? But it's like a normal human thing to love and have sex. Like, oh yeah, sure, you know, we're in a healthy relationship, blah, 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 blah. Look at me, I'm so normal. But sometimes I feel like I'm not normal. And maybe, like, what's wrong with me, you know? Am I insane? Am I schizophrenic? I don't know. I truly don't know. And yeah, I asked Potter, like, how did you two meet? Not only because I was curious, but I was also like trying to collect material for the version, obviously. And I was trying to understand how easy it is from the mouth of another person. Like for Potter, it's like, okay, we met up, we talked, and then she likes me and I like her, and then apparently the girl moved in to the same host family house. And they probably fucked, but I don't even want to talk about it. So it's that easy. Just talk, have a good laugh, drink a coffee together, watch a film together, boom. Relationship. But that's fucking stupid, because twice I've fallen in love with someone. It's basically nothing but pain and trauma. Let's not count the first one. I feel like the first one is just like, with Mary, it's like, yeah, it's pain and trauma, but it's one-sided. Like, I never even tried. But Leslie was actual psychological damage, and I feel like I'm forever scarred from that shit. And how are you doing it so easy? Why is it so tough for me? But again, it's also cherry picking, because I don't know. I know friends who, like Tom, for example. I was going to raise another example, but he's also my close friend. But Tom, let's talk about Tom a little bit. Tom met a girl, and they talked. They were close, but the girl was like, nah, I can't have a serious relationship until after I graduate. Simple, but it hurts, doesn't it? Huh? You finally found a girl, and the girl is nice, and then she says something like this. Don't you have hope for humanity anymore? And then all your friends, look at AJ. AJ has a girlfriend. Marty has a girlfriend. Hans has a girlfriend. Harry, I don't know. God knows. Aren't you stressed, Tom? Am I stressed? Me? I don't know. But because I've had traumatic experiences. I think the worst thing about it isn't even the fact that, okay, there's so many layers to this, actually. Let me dissect it. There's first my demisexuality and demi-romanticism. I want to love, but my brain isn't allowing me to love. It's a chemical issue in my brain. That's number one. Number two, even if I fall in love with someone, it would be difficult because I've never done this shit before and I'm already 22 and people expect me to expect people around this age to be fucking experts. So let's say I date someone 3 years younger than me. So I'll be 22 soon. 22 minus 3, that's 19. 19-year-old girls, some of them fuck around, like, you know. And, you know, Leslie, that's one of them. Leslie's 18, I think. Is she 18 or is she 19? I think by next January she'll be 19. Who fucking cares? That's number two. So even if I find a relationship, find a girl that I'm interested, there will be so much expectations of me. But I'm a newbie. I'm a newcomer. I'm a newbie. I'm an amateur. And I don't know jack shit about love, okay? And I feel like I'm falling behind. I feel like a failing student. I feel like a student who failed an exam and is falling behind on all the classes and assignments. Number three is that because I associate love with pain and trauma, if love comes easy for me, and this is the most ironic thing, if love is easy for me, I wouldn't believe in it. And that's the worst thing, because it's not like in the movies. It's not like in the rom-coms where, oh yeah, you're good looking, you know, you flirt a little bit, you have a fucking lunch together, and then next scene you're kissing. To me, it's like pure hell. It's like, oh my god, what does she think of me? What am I saying that's wrong? Or what am I saying right? What should I wear? Oh wait, should I ask her out? Or if it's too early, if it's too late, does she already have a relationship now? Or does she not? Wait, is she even into men? Like to me, it's like pure anxiety. But in the movies, it's not. But turns out, the movies are also kind of right, because for some people, it's not pure anxiety. For some people, it's easy. But for me, it's not. So if it's suddenly easy to me, I'm just like, what the fuck? Why are you suddenly making it easy? Is this fake? Like, why? It's like if I'm 6 years old and I want candy, and my mom's like, you can't have candy, you cannot. And I'm like, but I want it. And my mom's like, you cannot. And I'll say, fine, I'll do this and I'll do that. I'll clean my room. I want that candy. And my mom's like, no. And I throw a tantrum, and I scream and I cry, and my mom's like, no. And then we argue, and finally my mom's like, sure, you can have the candy, and tosses a piece of candy at me. Suddenly, I don't want the candy, because it's suddenly not worth it. Why are you just giving it to me? It's lost its meaning. Exactly. The word fuck is a swear word. Not because of what it literally means. I mean, it means sex, which is kind of vulgar, but, you know, sex isn't a swear word. Fuck is a swear word because people use it rudely. It's the context around it. Similarly, a romance that is too easy isn't real romance. Real romance to me, and I hate to say this, but real romance to me, subconsciously, is pain. And I can't help it. I wish I don't feel this way. I wish I don't have this idea that romance is pain. But I do now. I'm forced to have this idea. I'm forced to feel this way. So, yeah. Well, there's nothing I can do, though. There's nothing I can do. All I can do is next semester at USC, I'll keep talking to people. I keep making friends. I keep talking to people. I keep presenting myself nice. I keep working out. I keep shaving, keeping my hair nice. I keep branching out, networking, keep being active. It's the numbers game at the end of the day. You either find someone you like or you don't. And I think that's it. But yeah, first and foremost, I don't even love people. Like, I'm fucking demi-romantic anyways. And then another thing is Pink and Cedric. I'm seeing Pink on the 16th for lunch, but Pink is suddenly saying that it may not happen because she might go overtime. And then I told Cedric, what if I swap this lunches between Cedric and Pink? But for Cedric, it's like, oh, Cedric said he can join too, but I kind of don't, because if I speak to Cedric, it'll be in English. If I speak to Pink, it'll be in Cantonese. And goddamn, like, when's the last time they have both meet? 2020? June of 2020? No, probably not, but I don't know, just two different worlds and two different set of conversations. So I wouldn't really like that. Besides, Cedric has work at 1:30 p.m. Pink doesn't get off work until 1 p.m. There's no way we can have a lunch between that time.